Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Veronica V. And Veronica V writes, "Hello, John, and I hope your day is going well." It is going well, Veronica, thank you. "I wanted to know your thoughts on the Charlie Brown specials going exclusively to Apple Plus. Watching the Charlie Brown Halloween and Christmas specials have been family traditions since I was a child. Isn't it sort of short-sighted to not allow people to watch them unless they have Apple Plus? Thanks." All right, thanks a lot for sending that in. And yeah, listen, we are now in what we are all affectionately calling the streaming wars. There is jockeying for position of getting certain content, creating the next big thing, getting that valuable IP onto your streaming platform. And it's just the beginning, folks. Believe me, it is just the beginning. There is more coming. And one of those things that has now made a sort of transition, maybe becoming, if you want to use this type of verbiage, a casualty of the streaming wars, if you will, is the Charlie Brown specials. This is what got reported out of MovieWeb. They're saying Apple TV Plus has teamed up with Wild Brain, along with Peanuts Worldwide and Lee Mendelson Film Productions, to become the home for all things Peanuts, bringing together new original series and specials along with iconic beloved specials of fans around the world, all in one place. Now, what is interesting is that in announcing all this, Peanuts went online, and the Peanuts company said, "Hey, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is now streaming exclusively on Apple TV Plus. Watch it for free from October 30th to November 1st." So they're giving some kind of window there where everybody can jump on and watch it if you want. And get ready for more Peanuts specials this holiday season. Okay. This news, while on one hand is just another day, a certain property IP has been acquired by a certain platform. Nothing new here. We talk about this stuff all the time. What makes us a little bit different, and what has gotten some people a little bit upset, is the fact that you are talking about, when you're talking about the Charlie Brown Halloween special, the Great Pumpkin, or that damn little tree in the Christmas special, you are talking about arguably, and I don't like using this word, but you're talking about institutions. You're talking about traditions that families and kids like me were watching since I was a child with my family, and watching it. I'll tell you right now, I don't care if it's not cool. I watch a Charlie Brown Halloween special and the Charlie Brown Christmas special every freaking year. I watch it every year. It is a part of that. But now it's been acquired, as all IPs are up for grabs. It's been acquired by the folks at Apple TV Plus. That means if you're going to watch, generally speaking, other than a little short free preview window, if you want to watch the Charlie Brown stuff and you don't own a copy of it or whatever, you're going to have Apple TV Plus to watch it. Is this short-sighted? I'm going to say something very unpopular. No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I'll tell you why. If I wasn't already an Apple TV Plus subscriber, and I only am because I bought my iPad at the right time, so I got a free year of it. And by the way, Apple just sent out like an email to like all the people who got that free, and they're extending our free thing for like another 6 months after the year. So it's going to be like a free year and a half I get it for. So
I got a new phone too, so same thing.
So you should be getting that offer. So here's the thing. It is brilliant because honestly, for me, if I wasn't already an Apple TV Plus subscriber, I would be really close to getting it because I'd be hearing about how great the morning show is. And I'd be hearing about how great Ted Lasso is. Oh my God, Ted Lasso is so good. I'd be hearing about all that. So I'd probably be on the fence to find out now. If I want to watch Charlie Brown, I got to get it. That would probably push me over the edge. I'd be like, okay, it's done. I'll sign up for the $5 a month to get Apple TV Plus. From a content strategy point of view, this is brilliant because number one, it probably wasn't that expensive. Let's face it, Charlie Brown isn't the world's biggest IP right now.
Right.
So it probably wasn't all that expensive or all that hard for them to get. And it's going to bring a lot of eyeballs. Listen, here we are. We're talking about Apple TV Plus right now and its partnership with Charlie Brown. So, look, is it unfortunate that some people won't be able to watch these specials now? Yeah, but as precious as they are to me, these pieces of content are still just pieces of content. And somebody's going to buy the rights to them. And it's going to be on their platforms. And in some ways it sucks, but I get it. And I actually think it's a pretty smart move on their part, even though I know that's not a popular thing to say right now. Aaron, you heard about this. How do you feel about the Charlie Brown stuff going to a specific, paid streaming service like Apple TV Plus? What do you think?
Well, I think it's also important to reiterate what you said, which is that it is available for free, even if you are not a paid subscriber, for 3 days, for October 30th, October 31st, and November 1st. And the difference between what we had before and what we have now is that before, when it was airing a couple of times on CBS, initially it was CBS, and then in 2001 it moved over to ABC, you had to watch it at a certain time. And,
that's true, yeah.
And now people are going to have the freedom during a 72-hour window to be able to watch it whenever it's convenient for their family, whether they're subscribers or not. And then, and I don't know if that means it's just that show or if Apple TV Plus and their entire catalog will be available.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They weren't.
I don't know.
That.
So, so I think it's also important to recognize that one of the reasons why it is an institution is because for old farts like us, we didn't have that many options when we were growing up. When you take the Gen Xers and maybe half of the millennial generation, we were all gathered around the televisions, watching one of 3 networks, ABC, NBC, and CBS. This is even pre-Fox. And so there weren't that many options for television. I don't know how many families are gathering around the TV and watching ABC anymore. I don't know how many kids would even be watching this, the Peanut special other than their own parents' nostalgia. So I think that this is the people that are, clutching their pearls and whinging about it, I think are more people of our generation that feel like, these poor children, it's being stripped away from them. Well, they probably weren't going to be watching it in the first place unless their parents were going to say, oh my gosh, we have to watch this because of, my own nostalgia, which if that's the case, the parents are still going to go, we need to watch this. The people that are, going to miss out on it are people who don't have access to, great Wi-Fi, I guess, who live out in the middle of the boonies, like where I grew up. Where my parents currently live, which have terrible streaming. So I guess, I don't know. I don't think that this, I've been looking at a lot of the headlines and they're all like, Lucy is stealing the football from Charlie and no one's going to be able to watch it except for the rich kids. I'm like, no, this is not like Fraggle Rock when I was a poor child and my parents wouldn't get me HBO. Like, you have access to it.
Now I got the Fraggle Rock song in my head. But
well, I don't, because I grew up as a poor child and we couldn't afford HBO. So I hope you feel good about yourself, John.
In here, it's like some people are going to say, oh, but it used to be free and now it's not free. Well, no, it was never free. It was never free. And look, put yourself in the position of Peanuts Worldwide, right?
Can you clarify what you mean by it's never free? I mean, I know what you're talking about, but just for people.
That's what I'm going to say. So put yourself in the shoes of Peanuts Worldwide, right? The company that, Charles Schultz's, his kids now, whatever, they run this thing. And you have an opportunity. You've got employees. You're trying to maintain this legacy of your father. You're trying to keep this character alive, and blah blah. And you have these network television stations, which they're not going to put a lot of money into promoting your stuff. They're going to put it on, but they're not going to promote Charlie Brown a lot. They're not going to put Charlie Brown.
It's old hat to them.
And they're only willing to pay you $10. I'm just using hypothetical terms here. They're willing to pay you $10. What can you as a company do with $10? Now comes along a little bit of a bidding war. Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV Plus come along, and they'll say, we'll give you $1,000. Well, you know what? I can keep a bunch of people employed with $1,000. Mm-hmm. Oh, and you, Amazon or Apple TV Plus, you're committing that as a part of getting it. We're really going to put our marketing behind this. We're going to promote this. We're going to make sure Charlie Brown stays alive. And so there is huge cost and huge financial considerations. And for them, like, it's easy. Everybody is an expert and has an opinion about how other people should spend their money, right? We all say, oh, no, give us Charlie Brown just for free. Well, you're paying for cable and you're paying for, by the way, I'm a cable cutter. I get YouTube TV, but I pay like $60 a month for YouTube TV. So I got to pay to watch Charlie Brown if it was on ABC. I actually got, theoretically speaking, I'm going to be paying less to watch Charlie Brown on Apple TV Plus
Right. Yeah.
than I would be paying other ways. So, I mean, you got to pay something to watch Charlie Brown. It's just a matter of where it is now. And look, do I wish that Peanuts Worldwide had got given an offer from a broadcast network on the same level that probably an Apple TV Plus and probably what a Netflix was offering them, so they could just put it on broadcast TV? Sure. But they didn't, and they found a better deal, and they're going to get behind it, and they're going to market it, and they're going to celebrate Charlie Brown probably more than the broadcast networks did. And to me, it's a win.